Hey guys, I hope you all are doing so well today. Thanks so much for stopping by and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amber and I film fashion, beauty, and lifestyle related videos. I would love to have you guys stick around, so please consider subscribing and ringing that notification bell down below so that you can be notified of all of my upcoming videos. And for today's video, I'm just telling you guys about how I treated my acne during pregnancy. Now, before we begin, I wanted to throw out a few disclaimers just up front. I am a medical professional, I'm a nurse practitioner, but I am not your medical provider. So just because I feel that these products are safe does not mean that they are safe for you. If you have a pre-existing medical condition or you are currently pregnant, before you try any kind of treatment, whether it be for acne or just anything in general, you need to talk to a medical professional that knows your medical history and exactly what is going on with you before you dive into that. Also, I did want to just let you guys know that all the products I'm going to talk to you about are products that I bought with my own money. Nothing was gifted to me or anything like that. It is completely 100% my opinion and non-biased. So I just wanted to go ahead and throw that out there. And with that being said, let's just get on to the video. Before we get into the products, I just want to give you guys a little bit of background of what happened with my skin. So at the very beginning of this pregnancy, around February, prior to me even knowing that I was pregnant, I developed some acne that I thought was just hormonal related that started occurring around my jaw a little bit and on my cheeks. Primarily this side is what really took the brunt, but they were just annoying blemishes, nothing too crazy or painful. And then I found out I was pregnant, and shortly after that, I started developing cystic acne. Like I said, primarily on this side. I would get one cystic-like lesion on my face that was really deep in the skin. And by the time that healed, I had several more on that side. And the ones that were healed were leaving behind serious hyperpigmentation that could be covered, but it just, if I didn't have any makeup on, it looked like this side of my face had 50 pimples when really there was only maybe 2 active ones. But it was just a never-ending cycle that kept occurring, and I was thinking, well, I'll just wait until my second trimester, because with my son, when I was pregnant with him, I had a little bit of acne at the very beginning, and it was nothing cystic, but I definitely developed some acne that to me was, at the time, was pretty severe. But by the time my second trimester came around, it cleared up. My skin was looking better than it ever had, and I had no issues with it. So I was thinking, okay, this time I may be able to get by with it. But you know, little girls are trouble, and I mean, she's not even born yet and I'm already dealing with her hormonal crap. So I decided to wait to treat it. I went in a few months later, well, maybe not even a few months, maybe a couple months later, because I developed a new mole right here under my armpit, and I wanted to get it checked out. So I went to the dermatologist and had that removed, and at the time she was like, well, what else can I do for you? So I said, can you take care of my face and get this cleared up? So she prescribed me a prescription strength acne treatment that was safe during pregnancy, and it completely dried out my skin. It made my skin so flaky and uncomfortable. I couldn't wear foundation to cover the existing acne or the hyperpigmentation of what was previously there, and it just was a hot mess, and I had to completely stop that. I'd rather have acne than my whole face flaking off. It was disgusting and just not attractive. And it was getting to the point where I didn't even want to be in front of my husband without any makeup on. Now, this coming April, me and my husband will have been together total for 10 years, and not married, but just together 10 years. And he has seen me through some pretty awkward times in my life. So for me to be embarrassed around him with no makeup on is says a lot, because usually I don't really care how he sees me, but I was that frustrated with my skin. So along comes May, and I'm in my second trimester. My face has progressively gotten worse. There's no end in sight, and I just feel like I'm willing to try anything within reason, because most products aren't safe in pregnancy, but I was almost willing to try anything to get my face in a better condition. So I contacted a nurse that I worked with when I was a bedside nurse at the hospital. Now, we didn't actually really work together, so just to tell you guys a little bit about how hospitals work, and I also want to let you guys know what kind of relationship I had with this person, so that you don't feel that this is a biased review by any means. But when a hospital unit is short-staffed, if you work within the same age group or within the same specialty, another unit from that hospital, if they have adequate nurses, they will send one of their nurses to that unit. So we floated, is what you call, back and forth between each other's units maybe 3 times, something like that, during this time. And that's how I met her. And her name is Chelsea. We're not friends outside of work. However, Chelsea, if you're watching this, I would love for us to get together and have a play date with our babies, but that's besides the point. But she's not someone that I, grew up with or anything like that. We simply just knew each other from work. And I knew that she sold a product line, well, not really a product line, but she is a consultant for Rodan and Fields, which is a multi-level marketing company. And that, for one, had me very skeptical, because I didn't know if these products were going to work, because first of all, they're expensive, and when you have a consultant selling you something, you never really know, are they just trying to make a sale, or are the products legitimately good? So I contacted Chelsea and told her my problem. She pointed me in the direction of the line called Unblemish, and this is specifically targeted for adult acne. And there's another line that's for teens, I believe. I don't know a whole lot about all the other things, but she told me that this may help, so go, if you want to go ahead and give it a try. And that is what I did. And even though I was so skeptical, I was still hopeful, obviously, but this stuff blew my mind. I was not expecting the results that I got. I was expecting it to never really clear up, but this stuff, I'm telling you, changed my skin for the better. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about the individual products, along with the products that I use in conjunction with the Rodan and Fields system, because I didn't just use that. And I will kind of tell you about the products in order of how I use them. Also, everything will be linked down in the description box. I don't know pricing and all that on top of my head, but I will definitely leave that below. I will also leave Chelsea's contact information down below if you would like to purchase from her if you don't have a Rodan and Fields consultant. She is not pushy at all. She will not make you feel like crap if you can't afford something. If you just let her know, like, I can't afford that, it's way too expensive, she's really cool about it. But she's very helpful in pointing you in the direction of what products would benefit you. She just kind of educates you, but she's not pushy at all. So be sure to check out her information down below. So like I said, I use other products in conjunction with the Rodan and Fields line, and Clinique has always been one of those products that I feel like just works. It's not new on the market and trending or anything like that, but it is a product that I feel like stands the test of time because I continually reach for it and go back to it. So I know this is not something that was contributing to my acne breakouts. So I really like Clinique because they have different systems for different skin types. So you don't just have dry or oily. It's combination, but combination that leans dry, or you have a system for combination that leans oily. I am combination leaning dry. So that is a system I chose. And I always start out at the very end of the night taking off my face makeup with the Clinique liquid facial soap, the mild one. And of course this is for the dry combination skin. I really like this stuff because the fragrance is almost non-existent. It is very gentle, doesn't dry out my skin any further than I already, have issues with. And it's just really good. It cleanses my skin completely, very gentle, and I just really like this stuff. So I always use this to wash my makeup off. Now moving on to the first product in the Unblemished line. There's 4 products in the line. You have an acne face wash, a toner, a treatment serum type deal, and a moisturizing lotion with SPF. The first product in the line is this gentle exfoliating acne wash. It has salicylic acid in it as well as sulfur. And what I would do with this is after I cleanse my skin and got it ready for treatment, I always do this in the shower, I would massage this into my skin and I would kind of just leave it on there, kind of like a mask. I kind of avoided my forehead. My forehead never really got any kind of acne on it, so I kind of avoided it because I would get a little dry around my eyebrows and I just didn't want to exaggerate any dryness. That's one thing with my skin type, is a lot of acne treatments really dry out my skin, so I kind of have to be very careful when it comes to how I use them. So I just put this on my problem areas, primarily from this part of my face down, and same on the other side, and I would put it on my nose. And I would massage it onto my skin, and I would just kind of leave it on there while I'm washing my hair or doing whatever else. And I don't know if that even helped at all, but I felt like it was helping. So I kind of treated it like a little bit of a mask. Once I get out of the shower, the first thing I reach for is the second step in the Rodan and Fields line, which is the clarifying toner. And this stuff is super potent. It really feels like it's working its magic when you put it on your skin. So I would just take a cotton round, swipe it over my face, and you get that good tingly feeling. I don't use it anymore with my current maintenance because it does tend to dry out my skin a little bit, but I was okay with it when I was trying to really target that acne. And I felt like it really worked out for that, but at this moment I'm not using this anymore. What I'm currently doing is I went back to the Clinique clarifying lotion, this toner, because it's a little bit more gentle. It's not as harsh on my skin, and even though it has alcohol in it, it, like I said, doesn't overly dry out my skin, and I just feel like it's a little bit more gentle, so I did go back to this. This next product I don't actually have, but I was experiencing a little bit of dryness at the beginning of the treatment. So I contacted Chelsea and she recommended the hydration serum. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but I will insert a clip of that. And she did recommend this and she gave me some samples and I did like it, but it was a little bit too expensive at the time. I didn't really want to fork over the money after just spending X amount of dollars on the treatment. So I opted out of that. I previously had a product that I was using when I was treating my face from the dryness that occurred after using the prescription medication that ruined my whole entire face. And so I just decided to use this because of the thin consistency of it. And I'm sorry, I have to look at my phone because I always forget what it's called, but it is the Clinique Moisture Surge 72-hour replenishing hydrator. But I would use this before the treatment because I felt like it acted as a buffer and it wouldn't irritate my skin too bad after applying it over that moisturizer. And it really did help a ton, and my acne still cleared up, so I know that the treatment was still penetrating. So the next thing I did was I took the third step of the Rodan and Fields line, which is the dual intensive acne treatment, and this has benzoyl peroxide in it. And I'm telling you, this is a game changer. That is what changed my skin. This is a product that did it all. And I'm pretty sure it's this because if you watched my daily makeup routine, you did notice that I had to spot conceal a lot more, and it was actually because I ran out of this stuff for about a week and my face was already starting to break out again. And so I ordered this. I put a rush delivery on it because I had to have it. And after I received it, started using it again, my skin calmed down. So I know that this is the award winner right here. But it is cheaper to get the entire set, the entire line, instead of buying each product individually. So I would recommend, if you wanted to try the other products out, to do that instead. But I would take this, and it has two different pumps, so there's two different products. It doesn't really tell you what's in, you know, either tube, but you're supposed to pump equal amounts out and mix them together and then rub on your face, and that's what I would do. I'm assuming there's some kind of chemical reaction that occurs at the time that you mix them together and put on your face. I don't know what it is, but it's magic and it works, but it can be drying, so be careful if you have dry skin. But I would use this after that moisturizer, or the Moisture Surge, the Clinique one that I was telling you about, and I would put this on my face. And after that kind of soaked in my skin, I would move on to my next step. The fourth step in the Unblemish line is the Shine Free Lotion. It has an SPF of 20 sunscreen, because if you are using, you know, acne treatment products, specifically ones that have benzoyl peroxide, your skin can become photosensitive. So it is important to wear some form of SPF or sun protection if you're going to be out in the sun. So that is why they throw this product out there. It also has zinc in it, which can help with your acne. But I did not like this very much under my makeup. I didn't like the way my makeup looked on top of it, and I'm trying to hide my acne, so I still want to wear makeup. So this is one that I was like, I'm not really going to use this. Instead of using that moisturizer, I use the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. This is the Clinique ID, where you have another cartridge that you put in that targets like a different problem. And I don't know about this part of it yet, but the lotion portion of it is the same as what I use. So I would go in with this after everything else, and it's very moisturizing and hydrating and just feels really nice on your skin, especially after putting all of that harsh drying chemicals on your skin. This really helps to soothe your face, and so I would use this. I will let you guys know what I got, or what my opinion is about the Clinique ID, the extra cartridge that I have in here. I'll let you know what I think about that later. I don't really know because I've only been using it for just a few days, but really love this lotion, highly recommend it. Now that I'm just maintaining my acne, I will just kind of briefly go over the steps of what I do. I use the Clinique liquid facial soap to remove my makeup. Then I go into the gentle exfoliating acne wash just to prevent any future breakouts. Then when I get out of the shower, I tone with my Clinique toner. And I don't use the Moisture Surge anymore as a buffer because I feel like my skin has completely acclimated to the system and I'm not worried about excessive drying anymore. But I go straight in with the dual intensive acne treatment. And then last but not least, I go in with the Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. So everything that I do at night, I also do in the morning, with the exception of I don't wash my face. Also, instead of using the Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion, I have started in the last few weeks using the Honest Beauty Hydrogel Cream for that last step, just because I feel like this is a little less hydrating and my makeup sits on top of it a little bit better. So I started using this one and I really like it. It has 2 types of hyaluronic acid, which is really good at replenishing your skin throughout the day and providing moisture to your skin continually. So I really like this stuff, and of course it's awesome because it's cruelty free. There's no parabens or any of that nasty crap in it. So yeah, I really like this stuff. There were a couple of products that I did use during the acne treatment process just to help with any dryness that did occur or to prevent any dryness. And the first one is the Clinique 7-Day Scrub Cream. This really does sound like an infomercial for Clinique. I promise you, I just love the brand. But this product right here, it has a very fine granulation to the cream. It's not really harsh in any way, but it gently will scrub off any flaking that occurs. And I would use this maybe once or twice a week, and I really liked that. And then the second one is the Clinique Moisture Surge Overnight Mask. And I would also use this just periodically, once or twice a week after the scrub. And I would kind of skip the treatment that night, and I would just use this on my face and put it all over my face in a really thick layer and just sleep. Like it says, it's a Moisture Surge Overnight Mask, and I would go to bed, wake up in the morning and rinse it off, and it really helped prevent any severe drying, and I really liked that product. Just a tip that I wanted to give you guys, if you have a similar skin type as mine and you're trying to treat acne, is to take into consideration on what the directions say. If the directions tell you to start out every other night, then do that. Don't go in full force and start applying this stuff to your skin because you're really going to irritate it. So that is what I did. The direction said to start out 1 time a day, every other day for a week. And then the next week, increase it to 1 time a day, every day. And then the next week, you can do 2 times a day, every single day. So definitely take in those considerations and tweak it to your needs and listen to your own body and what your skin is telling you that you need, and kind of make adjustments that way. Also, you have to stick with it. It is something you have to do every night and make it a habit every single night and day, and you'll see results if the product obviously works for you. But you have to stick with it. It's really annoying. I'm not one of those who really likes to spend that much time in the bathroom on my face, but I'm telling you, it is so worth it. Alright guys, that is all I have for today's video. I was actually going to make this about all of my favorite current beauty products, but I realized that if I talked about this and that, we would be here for 50 years, and I didn't want to do that to you. So just be looking out for that video. I will talk about my favorite hair care products as well as body and makeup and that kind of thing. So just be looking out for that, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. If you like this one, please give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you soon. Bye.